Today's lesson, stylish card component. Today I will show you how to do the following: creating a gradient background, styling the card container, using Flexbox to center your content, styling a button. Let's look at the code now. Let's start with the HTML structure. We're creating a wrapper div that contains our card. Inside the card we have a heading, a paragraph of text, and a button. This simple structure forms the foundation of our UI component. Now we'll add our CSS styling. We start by creating a style tag to contain all our CSS rules. First, we style the body element. We remove the default margin and set a gradient background that transitions from blue to purple at a 135-degree angle. This creates a visually appealing backdrop for our card. Next, we style the wrapper div. We use Flexbox to center its contents both horizontally and vertically. By setting the height to 100%, it takes up the full viewport height, ensuring our card is perfectly centered on the screen. Now for the card itself. We add a subtle shadow for depth, a semi-transparent white background, generous padding for spacing, rounded corners with border radius, and center-aligned text. These properties give our card a modern and clean look with visual depth. For the heading we use a dark gray color that's not quite black, which is easier on the eyes. We also add some margin at the bottom to create proper spacing between the heading and the paragraph. The paragraph text uses a medium gray color, slightly larger than the default font size for better readability, and has a generous margin below it, to separate it from the button. Finally, we style the button with the same purple color from our background gradient for visual consistency. We use white text, remove the default border, add padding for proper sizing, and round the corners slightly. We also add a transition property, with a duration of 0.5 seconds, which will create smooth animations whenever any of the button's properties change. Next, we add interactivity to our button using the hover pseudo class. When users hover their cursor over the button, the background color changes to a deeper purple shade. And that completes our CSS styling. We've now created a beautiful, responsive card component with a gradient background, proper spacing, and an attractive button. This is a pattern you can adapt for many different types of content.